Hey, what's up? If you're new here, my name is Kim. I am a homeschool mom. I run 2 businesses out of my home. And I basically have worked towards this life so I could spend more time with my kids. And I don't want to spend a ton of time on doing my makeup, and I don't like a lot of clutter. So I'm going to show you how I use the SEINT 3D foundation to get beautiful looking makeup, because I still like putting on makeup. It helps me feel prepared for my day. How we do that is different. So for you, may not be for makeup. For me, I love it. It's also the artistry of it. And I also love that I don't have like this giant bag full of makeup anymore. It's just one compact. So it's a cream makeup, and I love playing around with color. So when you're doing your foundation, it's important to remember the more you layer on is how you're going to get that makeup-y look, your texture. It's going to move around. So you're going to want to make sure that you keep it as thin as possible. Cream's really great because it is the most skin-like kind of foundation you can put on. And your color's really important. So I've been out in the sun a lot and my color's changing, and I've just been having fun figuring out, like, just playing around with different colors, because you can a lot of times work different colors just depending on what's going on with your skin. And the way 3D foundation from SEINT is formulated, not necessarily formulated, but the system is designed, because as you can see, I have nothing on my face other than like lotion. I naturally have a shadow because I have really high cheekbones, and your face, you can see here, it's like lighter than here. I have a lot of green in here. We have lots of variation of color in our skin. A lot of times when we talk about making an even skin tone, we're talking about stuff like this: rosacea, sunspots, melasma. But that's different than, like, there's nothing wrong with the skin here. That's just the natural color of my face. And that's what gives my face dimension, and it makes it interesting. And I don't want to get rid of that. So we don't want to just like flatten it out all one color to then just add it back in with layers. We're going to try and do it with one layer. So I'm going to put on a lighter color, because that's going to like just highlight and bring like your attention to the center of my face. And then I'm going to put on another color that's just like my all over color. And then like here, this part's pretty dark, and so I'm going to go in with another color there. You don't have to do it that way. I love doing it this way. And that is also like, these, I think they're $14 a tin, are so reasonably priced that you can grab a bunch of different colors and play around and have fun. Because that's, at the end of the day, what makeup is. It's about having fun. It's about, like, especially like, I don't have time to pull out a canvas and get out the paint. It's like a form of art. So, but like I said, I want to keep the layers really minimum. I'm going to go, I have deep set eyes. A lot of times where you put things, it's gonna depend on your bone structure and what you're trying to accomplish. It is truly, when you're doing your makeup, that it is art. Light is going to draw things out. It's gonna bring your attention to the lighter the color, it's going to absorb light. The darker the color, it's going to reflect light. Go down the bridge of my nose. I'm not going to be putting makeup all over. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with another color, and I'm just using like the thinnest layer. I'm not putting too much up under my eye here, because your eye is super delicate, and that skin is not, it's very thin. It's not going to absorb a lot of product. And we don't want to put a lot of product there for it to move around, especially because I do have wrinkles under there. It's unavoidable. You can't, makeup's not going to make those wrinkles go away. But you're going to accentuate them if you put a ton of product there. So I'm just like barely dipping in. And then I'm going to go in with just a little bit darker of a color for here. And then what I'll do is blend it all out. And I'm starting with the lightest color out. I usually do pressing motions here. I don't want to irritate the skin because I do have a little bit of a breakout there. And then my skin here is fine, so I can just kind of lightly, and I'm not like jamming it. I'm just tapping it lightly and then lightly brushing it out. One of the things that, especially with like eyeshadow, is the closer you hold your hand, the more force you're gonna use, okay, to the end of the brush. The closer you hold your hand to the end of the brush. My brain goes so fast, my mouth can't keep up, so it just like skips on with that thought, okay? The further you hold your hand back from the side you're using, the less force you're gonna use. You don't need to jam stuff in your face. So I'm just doing it really lightly. And I'm gonna start here, lightest color, lightest color. And whatever's left over, I'm gonna like put on the top eyelid. I'm all about less is more, so I don't need an eye primer. I don't want to travel with that. This was so amazing. I love makeup, so I have like all my foundation colors in here. You design this however you want. So I have a smaller one here to travel with. And like, I went to Disney World last January, before everything got shut down, and it was glorious. Yeah, I'm gonna start lightest and blend around. Now I didn't put this all over my face because this isn't naturally light. So I wanna kind of honor the natural variation of color in my skin. See, that's so pretty. I can hear my kids downstairs. Just make sure I blend everything out. You can go in with a sponge and absorb any excess product. These brushes are pretty good about, if you don't pick up a lot of product, like not leaving any behind on the brush and blending it out really nicely. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with my contour. And I love these SEINT brushes because they are double-ended. Okay, I know some people may not love that. I don't have my brushes like sitting in a container, but I love it because it's less stuff that I have to travel with because it's 2-in-1. Okay, so let's go in with the contour. Contour does a couple things. Number one, it just brings out the natural shadow in your face. And you can also use it to sculpt. So I have good cheekbones. So I'm gonna bring this more down. Again, it's just like art. The angles matter. It's gonna make your face longer. Now, if you have a long face and you don't wanna accentuate that, you can go a little more horizontal. That's the thing, is get some variety. Watch a lot of different people. It's why I started doing makeup. To be honest, it felt so silly at first, but I have deep set eyes and really prominent cheekbones. And my baby's 19 months old, so I'd like to be like, yeah, less baby weight. It's still hanging out. That's a whole other ordeal on its own. And so my face is fluffier than normal. So it's filling this in a little more, but I have like, when my face is thinner, like my cheekbones pop out. And it was really hard to find good, like especially eyeshadow tutorials for deep set eyes, because you just have to lay the product down differently and your tools really matter. So I started doing it myself, even though it felt silly. And I've played around with doing homeschool content because I worked as in speech therapy as an assistant, and I was getting my master's in assistive technology. And everyone, like, the stuff that like resonated was the makeup. So, because I wasn't the only one with deep set eyes who was struggling. So I got 4 minutes because I have a meeting to hop on to. So I'm not going right up here because you can see I have a shadow there. I'm just gonna go back behind the shadow, and this is just gonna, I'll do it on one side. This is one of those things that's just really kind of barely perceptible, but it just chisels that out a little more. And you can bring it down your neck. My neck stays pretty right. Okay, then you can, I'm just like seriously gonna take my fingers. Some people like to do all their makeup this way versus like I put a brush to tap it on. They just use their fingers. I don't love putting my fingers in my makeup, in my my foundation. And this is gonna blend out. Don't worry if you go a little like hard on the blush because blush wears down. Okay, so that's done. I got 3 minutes. If you want to go fast, you can literally just put your contour in for eyeshadow and you would be good. I'm gonna go in with bronzer. Bronzer tucks right up to your contour on your forehead, just below it, and it's gonna like tuck up right above it, in with your blush a little bit on your cheeks. You can do it on your ears. You can take it down on your neck. My phone keeps like blacking out on me here. Okay. And like I said, if you wanted to just be like super quick, you can just put it here. When I talk, I take forever. I just really enjoyed the teaching part. Again, this is also contouring. I'm creating a shadow above my actual crease to make my eyes look bigger. Okay, I am gonna do my eyeshadow super quick here. I did wash my hands, so if you're ever gonna put your hands in your makeup, wash them first, especially with creams. That's why I love the Milk System by SEINT, because it is a pump and you're not having to dig your hand in there. You will at the very end because you will use every last drop of product. I'm just basically taking like a light bone color all over my eye to make sure my colors blend out. And then again, I love the double-ended brushes. So I'm gonna start with this color here. I don't even remember the name of it. Stay Golden. Woo! And I'm just, again, putting it up here, kind of creating a faux contour. It's so funny, I did a like hypnosis course on like, what is your life's purpose? And in your hypnosis, you go back a lot to like, well, what was the thing you loved to do as a kid? And mine was, well, my phone went wackadoodle. I hope there's volume. I had no interest in being an actual teacher. I left the school system. And it's kind of cool to be like, oh, this is the kind of teaching. I love teaching makeup, and I love teaching different ways you can earn an income. Because the artist program with SEINT, honestly, the pay structure is amazing. It's really good. If you ever want to join an MLM, shoot me a DM and let's like walk through the pay structure. I'm not saying that as a way to like convert you to SEINT. I'm just saying like get yourself some options. It's a great way to earn. We have this mindset about money that you have to trade time for money, and that's wrong. You don't need to hustle for money. So it's a good, especially in a day and age when you feel like, you know, if you were a teacher and you paid for that education in this state of Arizona, your income does not match what your student loan is going to be. And so you may love your job and not want to leave it, but you may also want some fun money or financial freedom. And it's just a fun way to honestly connect with other people. So anyways, have a lot of friends in the speech world who do Juice Plus, especially families that have kids who use alternative communication, who have autism and Down syndrome. It's like just a great pairing talking about health and communication. All right, I'm gonna line under my eyes. And I do just the corners. And then mascara, and I'm done. All right, last but not least, I do just a like smidge of lip contour, not to make my lips bigger, although you definitely can do it for that. I just do it so you can actually see here I have it. You can, it's just better definition. Gosh, man, my phone's doing me dirty today. Then I'm gonna take this end and I'm gonna go into this color. You can use your finger. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. And last but not least, I'm gonna just take a little illuminator. Again, it just gives a little definition. Fix my crazy hair. It's just doing its own thing these days. All right. I hope you learned something. Comment down below. Tag me if you do your makeup today. It doesn't need to be like mine. I love just seeing it. And if you'd like a color match, the link is in my bio. It's totally free. And yeah, thanks for joining. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.